Ahoy hoy, and welcome to Players and Book. We are about to get right into it. This is an actual play D&D game, and I'm going to go straight to you, Katie.
Hey everybody, my name is Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. I am your friendly neighborhood goober. I want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful mods, Billith and Strike Red Kite. And I also want to direct your attention on the side of the screen here where we have a code for the Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms game. This code will give you a free Electrum chest when you log into the game and put it into the little code window thingy. And the code this week is Neve Hive Yuga. It's Neve Hive Yuga. Iuga? Iuga. I think it'd be Iuga.
Gesundheit?
Anyways. What?
I said Gesundheit. I thought you
What?
sneezed.
Oh no, I lucked up. Okay, I'm back. Hi. But yeah, put that code in, get your free stuff. It's awesome. It's a fun game. You can actually find characters from 3 of the cast members on this game from other streams they have appeared on. So you should check that out. And yeah, that about does it for me this evening. I will be playing the Triton College of Eloquence Bard, Dominique Gimont, otherwise known as Manon.
Ooh. My character is not nearly as deep. Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. You can find the stuff I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. I'm playing Fairlos, the Tabaxi Tempest cleric, I'm just ready to get on the boat. I just want to get on the boat, and I'm sure it's going to happen any moment now.
Hello, I am Jen Krishmer. You can find me on the interwebs as at DreamWisp, on Twitch as DreamWispJen. And today I am playing your friendly neighborhood tsunami druid, Rivulet, who is equally deep because Dominique and I both come from subaquatic cities. So, you know, that's the secret. If you want to be deep, just come from under the ocean.
That's my problem, is I stay on top. I like to stay just on the surface. So
yeah,
I understand your depths.
Well, you're a cat person. Of course you don't want to be in the ocean. I understand.
Hi, everybody. I'm Latia Jaquise. You can find me everywhere at Latia Jaquise. It's down there. And I am playing Essequa Havenwright, everybody's clerically minded, not in the holy way, but in the writing things way. Dragonborn blade singer wizard who has been up to her eyeballs in said clerical work because she's got an internship. And when you're a wizard, what else is that going to be? It's going to be writing stuff to prepare you for the years and years of writing stuff that happens in the future when you learn spells and stuff.
And before we go to Sim, just a reminder to everyone, until we don't have to remind everyone about this for longer, please check your voter registration. Go to vote.gov. You can also check it through ResistBot and all sorts of other friendly different ways, but please confirm your voter registration and please vote. It's a really important thing to do if you can do it.
I have already voted.
Ooh. Look at you. I have my ballot ready to go. I just want to look over a few propositions still, but
mine hasn't even arrived yet. The two of you are ahead of me. I'm excited.
I get to go vote in person.
I'm going to go the day of, too. I live in the South. They want to make it as difficult as possible.
Yeah. I live in
Have
Georgia.
a plan for voting day or in advance of voting day.
Right before the deadline that they didn't unregister me.
Yeah,
they're not supposed. There's actually federal law that they're not supposed to, but some states are doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Which is why you should check to confirm that you are still on your voter registration, is still on your voter rolls.
I believe there's another website you can use that is votelikeabeast.com, and they can also check it.
And if you happen to not be in the U.S. and be as sick as the rest of us are about hearing about the upcoming election, we totally understand. Bear with us. It's kind of important. But thank you.
That part.
I'm Jeremiah Cimmerian, You may know me from SCP Wiki or my YouTube channel where I talk about SCP related topics. I'm going to go over our credits real quick. Cartography by Shay and Peku, Cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi, Maps by Luke Stratton, Maps by Eightfold Paper, Music by Tabletop Audio, Character Tokens by Greek46, Overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice, and you may see a bit of our new world map by Freckles Sketches in this session. I know we already thanked them, but I'll thank them again. Our moderators, Billith and Strike Red Kite. And let's get into the summary for the previous episode, which was episode 10. This one is episode 11, but we're going to go over the preview or the summary of the last episode, which I titled Open Sea Crits.
Boom, boom.
That's cute. I like that. Open sea ... crits.
If I could turn the page in time, then I'd rearrange just a day or two. Close my eyes. But I couldn't find a way, so I'll settle for one day to believe in you. Tell me lies. Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac. The students spend a bit of time working out if they know where West Virginia is, but no one can come up with anything. Charles leaves and the students begin to prepare for the upcoming week. The students spend the week leading up to their adventure, going to classes, preparing themselves, and preparing their ship. They also spend a bit of time enlisting help to run their ship during off hours. Their first two choices are easy enough to persuade. Fro Lout and Frog and a Wizard Hat are eager to help. Charles Moriarty is happy to help as well, though there is some confusion and deliberate misdirection at his expense involving the prank war. Finally, the party brings Abelina LeBlanc, the druid from their previous adventure, in to talk. They discover that she's spoken extensively to others about things she sort of kept secret. Dominique then scares Abelina off. The party go through their remaining options and end up asking Elizabeth Windrucken if she'd like to go. She agrees, and the ship's crew is set for the adventure. During all of this, the party receive letters and put the final touches on a plan to steal the prank war out from whoever is in the lead at the end. It is 4:01 p.m. on Graves Day, the 17th of Dreams. The sun is still up and will be for quite some time. Everyone is at the dinner table, and the headmaster has just arrived at the dinner service to announce the winner of the prank war.
What's for dinner? Because that's all Fairlos cares about.
I didn't prepare a menu.
That's
Shit.
fine.
Good
That's fine.
berries.
Whatever
Dominique
it is.
casts a glance over at the prince and says, I do believe some humble pie is on the menu.
Oh, is there pie? I would actually love some pie. I know it's going to be a while before we get any more.
There is
There-
no pie for you.
Your dessert is cheesecake.
Yes.
I'm okay with this choice.
The main course is actually Texas. I don't know these don't exist in the setting, but Texas style hamburgers with barbecue sauce, spare ribs, macaroni and cheese,
Oh, jeez.
and creamed corn, along with mashed potatoes.
Look, if
So no, the vegans are SOL.
There are always salad options,
Valid.
along
look,
with. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna say no. If the entire school sang about West Virginia, Texas is definitely a place.
Mhm.
No, oh, for sure. Along with French fries that are deliberately cooked in vegetable oils rather than animal fats. So you have some options, even unhealthy options for the vegans.
And the burgers
Um,
could be veggie burgers. And
Impossible.
often veggie
Impossible
burgers
burgers.
with barbecue sauce are the best because barbecue sauce tends to
That's
be
true.
real strong. So, yeah.
Oh,
That's
right.
true.
Barbecue sauce does covereth a multitude of sins. It is
Mhm.
true. And so Marlowe is going to actually fly up slightly. Oh, I am moving the whole map suddenly. That's not what I want to do.
Marlowe is going to teleport the school.
Yeah, it's Futurama rules. The entire universe moves rather than him. No, he's going to actually fly up and then stand atop the table in front of his plate after he's finished with it. And all right, I'd like everyone's attention real quick. We have concluded the prank war. and no one died permanently. So,
Cheers.
well, yeah. Anyway, so
Not because of the contest.
right, that's that. Yes, not because of the contest. So anyway, we have our winner, and it was a close one. I thought, but when I looked at the point tallies just a moment ago, it looks like Furlos, you are the winner of the prank war. With all of the points, apparently no one else earned any points whatsoever.
What?
Now, how
Congratulations!
did you manage to swing that, Fairlos?
I want to
Quite better.
immediately incite my friends.
Performance, or do you want performance, or do you want
Deception? Performance?
I'd rather go deception.
I would also
It's
rather
gotta
go
be.
deception.
It's got to be deception. This is deception for sure.
Yeah, I think Fairless was like focused on Marlowe and really confused, and now seeing the reactions of some of her friends are like,
Dominiqu's crazy.
Oh!
Look at Dominiqu's crazy ass deception roll.
29.
all right, I got a 22 on my insight.
I'm being completely. This is news to me. This is brand new
I've got
information.
creamed corn in my nose from how badly I fumbled this roll.
I'm cracking up that at all of this. I just think this is the
Carlos.
funniest thing ever. I have no poker face today.
And I'm trying to
Because-
get creamed corn out of my nose.
Ugh.
I didn't think you liked prank competitions,
I don't.
and yet here you are, the winner. You should go get your trophy.
There's going to be a very long moment in where Fairlos is just going to sit and eye her three friends, and specifically the two that are failing miserably at hiding their glee. And then she's going to look past them.
I love that they're the two of us that failed our deception, or the two of us that masterminded the whole thing.
She's going to
Like,
look...
met in the hall, passed all of our sneaky checks,
Yep.
and now we can't hold it together.
Yep.
It's too good.
Here at the end. She's going to look past them all, and she's going to find the prince. What's his reaction? Because she knows, whether or not she thinks Dominique is telling the truth about being surprised, she knows Dominique is going to be happy that the prince didn't win.
I'm gonna follow her eye and scope his reaction too.
The prince is surprised, but not very surprised.
Is there any upset there, or is it just surprise?
Oh, a little. He does not seem like he's that annoyed by this particular situation. No.
Okay.
Like, obviously, it's frustrating. He lost. All right, moving on.
I wonder if this is the prince. All he cared about was that Dominique didn't win, and Dominique, all she cared about was that the prince didn't win. That's how Fairlos is going to take this. You're going to watch as she takes a very deep breath, pushes her tray away, and then is going to stand up and, like, head held high, shoulders back, like she's actually earned this, is going to walk up front and go take it. Go take the little thing.
Yeah.
And try to look like she expected just that exact thing to happen.
So this is really good because since you've never participated before and earned 0 points before now, you don't know that the statue is already in your pocket.
Yep, nope, no idea. So I go walking up to Marlowe. Well, I figured it was my last chance, right?
This is quite an impressive point tally. Good job.
Why are you questioning the good job?
It's just, well, according to the point tally, no one else earned any other points, which is like patently that doesn't. I've seen the point tallies from the days before, and people earned points. I don't understand how you managed it, but you did. So, congratulations.
Sometimes the
I start
ultimate
applauding.
sometimes the ultimate prank is the one that's played on everybody, including me. And then
Fair
kind
enough.
of getting the idea that there isn't going to be anything handed over, Fairless is going to come walking on back and kind of figure, oh, I will pick up the statue later.
That's fair. To be clear, you're a cleric. Your wisdom modifier goes up by 1. Your wisdom cap, regardless of if you do so, right now your wisdom modifier goes up, not modifier. Your wisdom score goes up by 1.
Okay. I mean, it's still good, but yeah.
Yeah, it's still good. Your wisdom score goes up by 1. Your maximum wisdom goes up by 2. So from 20 to 22.
Nice.
As long as I
Um,
have attuned to this thing, or...
Well, here's the this is what I was about to finish off. That the extra actual point bonus, that only applies while you are in possession of it, and you don't have to be attuned to it. That's not how it works.
But Fairless
however,
wouldn't know that.
That cap increase that allows you to at some later point increase your wisdom to 22 through other methods, that's permanent.
Wow.
That's good.
The
That's
wisdom
cool.
of a god.
Dope.
It doesn't actually increase your wisdom yet, but it gives you the opportunity to go above 20.
Fairless is going to sit down and continue to act like this was completely expected and keep eating because she's probably gotten a second helping of something.
Very well done, fellas. I never would have expected this from you.
Yeah, way to go.
I spent
Mhm.
3.5 years waiting for the perfect time to strike.
Apparently, it is the long game that you
The
accept.
long game.
The
Yes.
longest game.
And now that we are done with this long game, hopefully we can focus on the longest of games, which involves everything and the boat.
I am ready to play.
Hi, just congratulations. Good work. I guess I didn't even know that you were pulling any pranks. That's how good you were.
Thank you. I appreciate
Charles,
that.
yeah.
The best pranks are the ones you aren't aware of.
Honestly, I did appreciate that all of your pranks were friendly in nature. So, thank you for being one of the few people who, when a prank was actually pulled, I did not mind.
That makes me feel a little bit better. Well, you guys have fun. I'm gonna go sit down and finish my dinner.
Charles,
yeah.
do you need anything from us before tomorrow?
No, I think I'm good. I'm gonna, yeah, I know I'm good. I'm gonna go sit down.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you. That's
Can
very
I
kind.
insight Charles? Is he really
Yeah.
bummed about this?
Oh God, yeah. You want to do an insight check?
I'm not even going to insight
No,
him
you know what?
that
No.
he's hurt.
He's
I mean,
I can tell
he's
really
not
bummed.
he's not on the verge of tears, but
Oh.
he's like that far
He's
away.
disappointed.
He's
I
pretty.
mean-
He's been working really hard. You guys have seen him. He's been working really hard all week.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts to walk away, I turn to everyone and I say, break dancing party?
Dancing party.
Breakdancing?
Break dancing party. Because that was the prank he was trying to play, was to
Yes.
get to make everyone break dance.
Breakdancing party.
Break
I
dancing party.
subtly pull from the bag of holding a set of bagpipes.
Oh!
You can't subtle bagpipes. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Wait. Sorry. My suspension of disbelief has just been.
Dominique's skill level. Dominique barred so hard that she
Make
can
a
subtle
sleight of hand
bagpipes.
You know, if anyone could,
All this, but I love it.
the musician
for
in me,
real,
the
make a
oboist
make
in
a
me
sleight
was
of
just
hand
like,
Natural 20.
Wow.
Dominique
Yeah.
barred so hard she can subtle bagpipes.
Dominique barded so hard that she fools Lauren.
Yeah, it's you guys are paying attention to Charles, and like as soon as you guys turn your attention back to each other, bagpipes out of nowhere.
Should I be concerned? I should be concerned. You have bagpipes.
I think bagpipes are always a cause for concern.
In Dominique's hands, absolutely.
And I begin to play what's a good breakdance song?
On the bagpipes?
On the back.
Sandstorm. Darude Sandstorm.
Darude Sandstorm.
There we go.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh! Please tell me someone can find an actual.
That's
Hold on,
possible.
give me a second.
I'm
I
sure someone has
There's
one.
an internet. There's got to be one.
a symphony has done it. I'm sure someone has done it with bagpipes.
Someone's got to have done it on bagpipes. Yeah.
It's probably that guy who does the flaming bagpipes on a unicycle.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's one. There's at least one. It
Found it.
exists.
Yes.
It exists.
Will
This
you
is
put
in
that
the world.
into our
I
Discord.
will.
Everybody,
Yeah.
during the break, when we take a break, you can go and do your own quick Google search to go listen. I'm not going to pull it up here on our stream because copyright infringement, but you can go. And
Is
it'll be
that
fun.
what you want to begin to play?
Yes.
Understand. And what else?
That's my contribution.
That's just it. That's the whole thing.
I'm not a very good dancer, but I'll just start dancing. It doesn't necessarily have to be breakdancing. I'll just start dancing.
Doesn't. If you'd
I don't,
like to,
yeah,
okay.
I don't think it's about the level of skill.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's just about that we all start doing it and trying
Yep.
to get other people involved, and so that it becomes the breakdancing party that Charles wanted so badly.
Yeah.
So so first of all, the three of you, I assume Furlos probably isn't going to start dancing, but if Furlos would like to, absolutely.
She'll play along because at this
Okay.
point first off, she does want to make Charles feel a little bit better, and also like she's playing along with everything that's going on because she can get revenge later.
It is absolutely not about the skill of your dancing, but let's do performance checks to see how well you guys do.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This might be okay for me.
Fairless does finish her meal beforehand, though, so there might be like 5 seconds, 10 seconds in where she's finishing scooping up mac
Oh
and cheese.
no!
Am
So
I just
not
gonna roll
only
sevens
did
all
I-
night tonight.
That's accurate.
Not only did I snort creamed corn up my nose, as I get on the table to begin dancing, I slip in my own creamed corn and face plant.
This is turning into a mosh. Oh wait, you are breakdancing.
You've broken your dance. That's
Broken
very
my
accurate.
dance.
I rolled a 3, so I think in the effort to finish scooping up food and noticing the dancing has started, but she starts to dance while still eating, and it's just not. It just looks horrible.
I'm
Riv
like,
is used to dancing underwater.
Yeah.
mm,
That's
in
fine.
in air, it's a different resistance, and
Yeah,
so
I actually think
Riv's
you start
dancing is just
thrashing.
like, yeah.
I'm
but
like playing
Banging,
and
like-
like popping and locking every so often as I'm walking down the table.
Look at it this
So-
way. The 3 of us are setting the bar so low that nobody is going to feel embarrassed about joining in because they might be
Exactly.
overshadowed by us.
Yeah.
So as Charles and his friends and the artsy table to the right hand side of the screen at the bottom are both gonna clock what you guys are up to. Charles is gonna he doesn't understand why you're doing what you're doing, but he understands that you're trying something and he wants to be supportive. So he whispers real quick to the rest of his friends, and then they get up and start trying to break dance as well to the tune that Dominique is playing flawlessly. The artsy table ladies also start to notice, and they pop up as well. And at this point, there's a critical mass of dancing going on, and the rest of the entire hall starts to stand up and do a little bit of some of them are just kind of going back, leaning back and
Shuffle.
forth, doing the little shuffle. They're not fully into it, but they know that it's spontaneous. Let's have some fun. And that includes the teachers at the top, including your chef. Marlo is doing a little dance in the air with through his flight. Kermis Koska, the vice headmaster, super strict dude as far as you guys have ever met, is just kind of he's like, okay, I understand. And the and the guidance counselor is also doing a little flight around Marlowe.
Aw, that's cute.
Adorable.
And I think that's a good place to end this particular scene. Because where
Love
else do we go from here?
No,
I
you
don't
just
know.
straight up fade out on dancing. It's so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that would
It's actually
put
so good if you actually listen to the link that's in chat alongside this. Like
Yes.
the whole dining hall rocking out.
And then the
Multi-media
hurdy
I'm,
gurdy.
experience.
I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it.
Commander
Oh.
Shepard rocks up. Hold my beer.
all right.
Everyone's doing the World
Amazing.
of Warcraft dances.
After our incredible dance party, I'm going to put the oh God. Sorry, y'all, my internet connection hasn't fully recovered from the hurricane. But I'm
Okay.
going to put the bagpipes back in the bag of holding. Merci, Reginald. You make this all possible.
All right. This
Right,
is
so-
this does not happen on Frog Island.
No. But you
should.
are not on Frog Island anymore, so you get to live a whole new life.
Perhaps when you return to Frog Island, you'll bring it back with you.
Perhaps
Start a new
so.
tradition of dance parties on Frog Island.
And you could be the innovator.
All right, so you guys are. I'm trying to, that was old. I wasn't expecting a dance party to start the episode off.
Welcome
So
to Dungeons and Dragons. keeping
No
the
one ever
unexpected.
suspects the spontaneous bagpipe dance party breakdance.
So you
Nope.
guys, you guys make your way back to your rooms. There are people sort of singing to themselves and humming to themselves in the halls as you kind of pass through them. They're very echoey halls in the first place. And then you guys get to your room, and Essequa, everybody else got a letter in the last session. I had one for you because you sent a letter out to Soren.
I did.
And your response arrives tonight.
Yes.
The Nothic pops out from underneath your bed. First, it's
His
just
name again, Greg.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Nathan's first. It's just his golden yellow, sort of piercing eyes, and then the rest of him materializes out of shadow. Yep. Here you go.
Oh God. Like literally, as I'm like sitting on my bed, he pops out of it, so it's shocking. Hi, hello, thank you.
Yep. So, yep. There you go. Yep. All right. I'll see you later.
All right, and then I pointedly look away to give him more time to vanish.
Yeah. And he just kind of fades out. And the letter is opened, like all letters you ever received through the school mail system.
Yeah. I
and
mean, they
let's
could
go
at
ahead
least
and-
give us the illusion of.
Well, no,
privacy.
Nathan always opens them. He's,
no, no,
he's talked to you about it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's still like,
The nosy Nothic.
yeah, Nate the nosy Nothic.
Mm-hmm.
He prefers, but as far as you've ever known, and this is something that I think you would probably be more in tune to than anyone else in the party, possibly as a wizard. As far as you've ever known, Nathan has never once spoken a single one of the secrets that he's pulled out of the letters. He just likes to collect the secrets.
That's, that's valid. To me.
It's also a weird security measure, right? Because if we ever receive a letter and it's unopened, then we'll know. We'll know something's gone wrong.
Something
Oh,
strange
you
has
know what?
happened.
That's true. I mean, I want that to happen as like a side quest, but then I'd just be concerned for Nate at that point.
Wait, say that again?
Oh,
Like,
if all of
to-
all of our letters are opened every single time, it's a weird security measure because if we ever receive something that's unopened, we know to be suspicious
Oh,
of it.
true.
Yeah.
But
All
if
right.
for some reason someone was able to tap into Nathan's knowledge,
Mm.
Mhm.
that's a That's bad
He,
news.
Bad
he
news.
contains all the secrets, students and faculty and everything in between. Did that show up on your screen, by the way?
It did.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Give you
Oh,
a
I
moment.
will. Do you want me to read it? I can read it.
If you don't want to read it out loud, you do not have to read it out loud. But if you do, then great.
Well, I guess since I was at dinner, so I was gonna say I could be reading it as everybody comes in, but I forgot that I was at dinner. Um, shouldn't have. I slipped on cream corn. So I think I got a letter from well, not from Nate, but from my friend in Talon's. Is it Talon's Reach now?
Yes,
Okay, it's
Talon's
Talon's.
Reach. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my letter, and I'm just like waving it.
And what does it say?
So I just clicked away from Roll20. That was a silly thing. So I asked Soren, my friend, who actually is the reason I'm here, if he'd ever heard of like the Isle of Dreams or the Ile de Rêve, and he says, sorry, no. An Island of Dreams does sound pretty cool. And then he congratulates me on my internship and tells me to only do most of what Professor Thaddeus says. I assume he has some experience with Professor Thaddeus. And then he also says that everything sounds appropriately mysterious, and he says hello to you all.
Hello to your friend.
Ella, bonjour.
Fairlos is, as we've entered and the door is closed, the smile and the joy has completely dropped, and there is like almost anger, but it's not like hardcore anger at all of you, and she's been just quiet.
More like irritation than anger.
Not even irritation. It's more like
You motherfuckers.
it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If looks could kill, she'd be digging grapes. So at this point, though, she'll take another glare, and then she's going to walk up to Essequa and say, we had some interesting things happen with some of the letters that we have received recently. Do you mind if I take a look at that?
Oh, sure.
If I remember correctly, I cast Detect Magic and detected that there was, on the ones that actually had something to it, there was a faint bit of that magic that is the same thing as a writing.
Yeah.
And I will just
The
cast
mystery
it.
magic.
Yeah.
We'll call it the mystery magic. Yes, there is a faint bit of mystery magic on this as well. Yes.
This has got it as well.
What?
So, looking
head
at it, do I notice anything about this letter the way I did about mine?
Nothing seems like it would be.
Okay, so that sorry no is not sorry no Anne is not a thing, right?
So,
If you're looking at me like that, then it's not a thing. You would.
okay. Oh, right. Yeah, no.
Puzzle
Okay.
nerd Jen looks at that and goes,
Yeah.
maybe that's a clue, because mine included the clue up front. And so I would look at that and go, sorry, no N, and then any word with an N you cross out, and then it becomes a whole, or yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I do have
Living in
some
my
stuff.
brain is a
I do have some
whole thing.
stuff that's going to come your way, but I'm actually going to tell you when the
Okay,
puzzle's
so
under
I'll
pressure.
know when I'm supposed to be aware of things. Okay, perfect.
Because
Thank you.
otherwise you could get really distracted in the middle of a session, right? So
Who,
I don't
me?
want to.
No, never.
When everything is a
How
puzzle.
dare you?
It's like when all you have is a puzzle brain, everything's a puzzle. When everything is a nail, all you have is a hammer. You know.
Look, I've been like eyeballs deep into Myrtles lately, so I get it. I love Myrtles.
Well, I don't know if it means anything more than what's in the letter, but it's got the same strange magic on it.
Soren's usually pretty straightforward. If he had anything to say that was kind of relevant about it, he'd probably just put it right in the letter.
Well, we also got the sense the other letter might have been altered in transit. That still came from the sender, but had been manipulated.
So, You asked him if he had heard of the Isles. He said no.
He said no.
We did manage to get a map with the locations
Nice.
noted for us, so we at least have an idea of where we're going, but we don't know what we are going to find there. So prepare for anything.
Quick question. We're talking about the Isle of Dreams in letters and things? We're putting that out there?
I did just because of where I sent it to. Talon's Reach has a pretty big library.
Okay.
It's a pretty big knowledge repository, but I wouldn't have spoken about it to anyone or anything else.
And we're positive that the only person who ever looks at the mail is Nathan, right? The open mail?
As far as we know.
And we're
I'm
positive
pretty
that
sure
Nathan
now.
has never shared secrets.
You
We're
can't
pretty
be
sure.
positive of that, but you are pretty sure that he's never. No one's ever.
Okay.
Basically, it's to the point where like there's never been a report of Nathan telling anything that he's found in a letter. But I mean, that doesn't mean he hasn't. And maybe the people he told were just particularly also quiet about it. It's
Okay.
possible to tell.
I think caution continues to be warranted. However, starting tomorrow, we are going to be telling the rest of the crew.
That's right.
And while it's good to continue to be cautious, I think at that point we just need to expect that others might know.
I understand the caution that we're trying to take, but if there was anybody I trusted with this outside of the people in this room, it was Soren.
I'm just trying to establish what level of OPSEC we're using as we're communicating with people, whether we are writing things down, whether we are sending it over certain channels like that. That I just wasn't clear on how we were.
That's
sending
fair.
to. Okay.
That was a few sessions ago, but you guys did discuss it. What Latia's message was essentially just the Isle of Dreams was mentioned, but no details or context was given to
Okay.
it. Just do you have
What
any
do you know
information
about
anything about it? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, before we... So my intention is to tell everybody pretty much everything we are about to do so that they are aware of the dangers, with the only exception being who Rivulet and the rest of us might be. Because I figured I'd leave that up to Riv. But if there is anything else you feel we should hold back, now would be the time to discuss that, because once we get
And
on
may
the
I just
boat-
clarify something out of character, just because we're having this conversation with Frog and Wizard Hat and Reginald in the room and things, like how secured are we feeling about this room and these conversations around those two? Because I just really don't want us to be...
Well, those two are coming with us. So,
If you want me to check the room for other, you would know if you
like,
want
can
the
we
room
can we
checked
just
for
kind of
other
have
parties.
a standard protocol of things that we do anytime we are, like, before we have any of these conversations, that just sort of goes without
I can-
saying?
I can
so we
cast
don't have
detect
to-
thoughts whenever we need a secure private situation, because it allows you to discover invisible creatures. So it wouldn't do anything if we're being scryed on, but I can find out if there's someone in the vicinity.
but I just cast Detect Magic, and so if there was a scrying sensor...
Very true. I can also
Right.
alarm our door.
Scrying sensor technically counts as an invisible object, and
You would
Uh,
still get
the
an
way Detect
area.
Mag-
You would
yeah.
need the specific.
Detect Magic tells you Detect Magic would tell you that illusion magic was in the room with you.
Yeah.
But that would be the full no. Detect Magic would tell you that divination magic was in the room with you, specifically. But if there were any other sources of divination magic that were there that you already knew about, it would also trigger off of those.
But
So-
Detect Magic also, there's the faint aura around a thing.
Yep. That's if you can see it. It's very clear about. I looked the spell to
Yeah.
be clear about
It
that.
It is
okay.
if
You
you
have
can
to
see it.
Okay. I still think she would take that moment, because there would at least be the chance of getting something else. But yeah, probably actually detecting thoughts.
Yeah, which I cast Detect Thoughts and Skim. The line is, you can also use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see.
Yes.
So I think we have to clarify which version of detect magic we're talking about, because it looks like the current version is
Oh, it's one of those. Oh, no.
you sense
no.
the presence of magical effects within 30 feet of yourself. If you sense such effects, you could take the magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic. And if the effect was created by a spell, you learn the School of Magic. Blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt, or wood, 1 inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead.
And it looks like the legacy version is the same, except for just some of the nomenclature, because it doesn't have the magic action.
Magic
but it's still
action.
saying if you sense
The
magic in that
duration
way, you can
used
use your
since
action
when-
to see a faint aura around it.
Yeah, on my version here it says any visible creature or object
Yeah.
in the area.
Yeah. So you notice you'll sense that there's the magic
Yeah.
around, and then you spend time to hone in on an aura around a visible creature. So if you sense the magic, you can go look around, and anything that you can see, you can find the auras there. But if you're still sensing an aura that's not related to those, you'll be able to go, there's something else here.
Yeah.
Process
so
of elimination,
there are,
you could,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially
and
divination.
if there's not visible, you'll be able to go, oh, there's magic here.
There's something else. And especially since it's divination magic, I think that would also proc worry.
It won't take you very long to determine all the sources of magic in the room, and they all are identifiable and understandable. I don't think we want to go through like the 30 magic items. That's not maybe that many, but all of the magic items and their schools of magic. But you can.
But nothing that we get the vibe would be.
I'll actually be extremely clear. As you've described it, you would be able to detect invisible people or detect an invisible sensor of a divination. Well, in the manner as which you described it, you would know that maybe there's something weird's going on in your room, and you do not detect that.
I think we're as secure as we can be in this moment, especially in the school.
Sim's description just made me more paranoid.
No,
Were you trying to make us more or less paranoid there, Sim?
Less.
I'm getting the sense this is Sim being like, no, we're okay. Yeah. That's how funny. I'm feeling about it.
At dinner, I decided against it. At dinner, I was gonna have the headmaster introduce. So I've decided to I've got all these new devices that you can insert into each of your rooms that will block all divination and all eavesdropping that you don't want. Yeah, I was like, nah, that's not necessary. Here we are again.
That's okay. But no, I think especially in our room in the school, this is as secure as we can get.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spring anything on you. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Thank you.
I will always ask you. You know, like for example, I asked you last time we played, is so and so in the room while you're discussing this thing? Yeah. It also doesn't mean that person's not trustworthy. I just want to know so that I know what that person knows.
And at this point, Frog and a Wizard Hat and Reginald are coming with us. But that's also why Fairlos was roundabout in, who you are and who we are. She didn't drop the names and everything because that's a tomorrow if you decide to. So
I think when you guys come back from your trip, you're going to have a anti-monitoring device installed in your room.
A little bit.
All right. Sorry for that digression.
Yeah,
I just
detect
needed
thoughts.
to
Anything thinking other than the entities
not
we know
other
about
than well, other than not the other than the entities that you know about now.
All right, excellent. We're good.
Well, unless there's anything else we need to discuss, we've got an early start tomorrow.
And it is getting late.
Just one thing that we should consider.
Just one.
Given the situation with my family, there is the potential that if we ever come across Russian forces, it could be a problem. Just something to consider.
We will have to deal with each ship or party of people as they come. Some it makes sense for us to just be another trading company legitimately out there in the water. Some it may make sense for us to be students at the academy. And some it may be other truths that are not necessarily a main truth, but not lies.
Yeah, if we try to plan for every eventuality before we go, we're never gonna go, and we're never gonna get any sleep.
Oh no, I
But
have
it's
every faith in this group. I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page where that is concerned, because it could put everyone in danger.
it's a good warning.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably let the others know as well. Or we
Oh,
can wait until we see them and then tell them. Either way, I just feel like it is probably best to notify people in advance that they are potentially in a dangerous situation.
Well, and that's why we're doing it tomorrow morning before we leave. So when we're all on the boat, that will be the time we'll inform folks. And then if
Well-
people feel like they have to leave, they cannot stay for whatever reason, we'll go forward. But my gut is telling me the people that we have asked and picked are not only trustworthy, but too invested in this and curious to back out at this point.
It is a very good group for a crew.
I don't think I could dissuade my brother from coming no matter what I said.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You know, Dominique, if you want to go ahead and flirt with my brother,
Hmm.
I am not standing in your way.
I feel like that would be very strange given our friendship.
Listen,
But I do love antagonizing you over it.
you assume that you're antagonizing me when in reality I might be trying to protect you. But you are an adult that can make your own decisions, and so is he.
Oh, all right. So he's dangerous.
In some ways, yes, very dangerous. Just like many of us. Just like you.
Me? Oh, I am a harmless little teddy bear of a triton.
you pulled bagpipes out of nowhere at dinner. I mean, it's not dangerous.
I was really proud of that. I'm not going to lie.
It's not dangerous, but it is sneaky.
Your
I
talents
can't argue.
your talents are multitude. But
I
also
genuinely do
remember,
not know how I managed to do that.
I'm the one who won the prank war.
Yes, you are.
Danger is relative, it would seem.
Mhm.
Suddenly, who's the sneaky one now?
It's
I
Reginald.
want to know what you did to win.
Me too.
I'll tell you when we come back on this trip from this trip.
Oh,
Promise.
incentive to survive.
Indeed.
Well, we should probably get some sleep, and then in the morning we should get our supplies and head out.
Fairlos is already
So did-
packed. There is a backpack next to the bed that's just ready to go.
Dominique
it's
is
been,
not.
it's been packed for like 4 days.
Her stuff is like scattered everywhere.
Notable. As the night gets later and later, and you guys finally lay down to sleep, Rivulet,
Yes.
you are the first to.
Oh,
Whoa.
whoa. What is that? Who is that? Where are we?
Why is that?
Where is that?
Why is that?
You-
How is that?
You are dreaming.
Wherefore art that?
You're in a city of some kind, cobblestone streets, narrow cobblestone streets, lights everywhere, in houses, street lamps, everything's lit up. It is pouring down rain, and yet it is completely silent. The rain isn't making noise. If you take a step on the cobblestones, it's not making noise. Everything is completely quiet.
I'm just gonna break in here and say 1 second. Like there's usually there's always music playing on the Roll20 map. So to not like there is no music playing on the roll 20
It is
map, and it
concerning.
is a little unnerving. In the best way, but the silence, I'm just so used to there being something and there's nothing, and
I
I'm unnerved.
I didn't realize
Um,
until you said something, and now I have lost my chill.
yeah, it's been weird. Um, I- I'm gonna start walking around and sort of, the checking your ears with
Mhm.
the clapping, like snapping, see if I can make noise myself.
No.
Okay.
And as you're, like moving around and kind of like moving your head and doing the thing, you look to your, if you like turn your head and turn back, in front of you is Furloughs.
And if it's raining, I think, and if she thinks this is a dream or it is a dream or whatever, but it's raining, and so she's got a hand out and watching the clouds.
And then Essequa out of the corner of your eye. And finally Dominique as well.
And I'll start waving. We've all known each other for a long time. I would assume that Dominique does because of living underwater, but does anyone else sign in this group?
I would know a
Um,
little because somatic components, it just makes sense to be able to.
I'm actually going to go out since this is sort of from the 2024 stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, if unless you object, you can all add common sign language to
Bless
your
you.
languages.
That's
No,
awesome. Yes, thank you.
good.
Super cool.
Very appreciated, sir.
Well, this feels like a time where it's really awesome too.
Do
a
I know?
lightning bolt
Oh,
strikes.
Huh.
No noise, no thunder, just lightning. But in the split second when the lightning comes down and flashes, you see maybe 1,000 or more ghost people, just the outlines of people walking the streets, doing normal everyday things, and then the light goes away and they're gone again.
I want to look at this statue.
Okay.
Um, is that a recognizable celestial on it?
Make a religion check.
while she's making that check, just to be clear, none of us can hear anything.
Nope.
Okay, so yeah,
No
then
noise.
Fairlos's kind of bemused look turns sour when she realizes she can't hear the thunder.
Yeah.
And the rain actually like, are we getting soaked from the
Yep.
rain?
It is.
Dream soaked? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Dreams.
So and
Dream
and
shower.
and just as a way the world works, in the underground cities that have protection against the water,
Mhm.
that are not fully subaquatic, does it ever rain? Is there weather patterns stuff happening, or does it?
Yes.
Okay, so it wouldn't be determinative that this would be above or below
No, it wouldn't, but you can
the ocean.
see, yeah. So you as an underwater, you've probably maybe visited some of the main cities, especially Brescia, likely. This is definitely an above ground city.
Okay.
14.
And is there I have I have Mason's tools, and so
Okay.
a I have a strong ability to know what I'm doing with let me look at the exact way it works, but I know I have knowledge with stone. Um
Would you like to pull out your mason's tools and do something with maybe the cobblestones or something?
yeah, well, I think it's recognizing the origin of the stone. That's what I'm trying to
Hmm.
see where it is. Um oh, so I have, yeah, history, investigation, or perception involving stone structures.
Sure. If you pull out your mason's tools to kind of examine maybe a piece of rock off of the ground, I'll tell you right now, and this is what everyone else sees and you see. You pull out your mason tools. You're sure they're in your hands, but your hands are empty.
Huh.
I will 14 for the religion check.
Right. No, that's
Okay.
You don't seem like you recognize the
I will
entity.
sign to
Even-
Fairlos. Can you identify who this is?
I think in that moment, Fairlos is watching for more lightning to see more ghosts, and I'll get distracted from that and walk up to the statue. I'll do a kind of a walk around it to see, is there a plaque? Is there a different angle that I can see a different facial feature? Is there anything that I'm noticing that will help me identify this person?
There is a plaque. The plaque
See?
says, "The play's the thing," and then under it, like that's a quote in quotation marks, and then under it, it says, "The play's the thing."
Also in quotation marks or not?
No, like the play's the thing is the quote, and then the play's the thing is the person who said it.
Do I recognize the quote or do I recognize the statue?
Make a religion check.
While that's going on, I'm looking at Rivulet because I know one of Rivulet's first things to do is to assess the situation. So I'm watching Rivulet basically like do her
Mhm.
masonry tests with nothing, right?
That's if it continues on, that is what
That's
would happen. Yes.
yeah. That's what I was
Okay.
going to ask about. Is can
I was
I
going to move to
just
that. Yeah.
yeah.
I was going to move to that right after this. No, you don't recognize anything, Furloughs.
Okay.
And you're going back to your stone. You want to do the examination with
I
your.
want to see if I recognize what kind of stone it is, where this might be, what kind of tools carved it, just visual inspection. There's a lot you can still get.
There is. Make what kind of check are you making? Because I know
I
you
could
get
do an investigation history.
investigation.
Okay.
I think for you
And I
that'd be
get
your
to do that
best
with
bet anyway.
advantage because it's
Yeah.
with my tools.
Lightning strikes again for Furloughs, who was looking. And the people are still just sort of moving about, doing their everyday business, or at least from the very small glimpse of it you get. They're not standing still. They are moving, but you only get like a briefest glimpse before they're gone again. Um,
22.
you inherently know that this is the city of Avalon, the ancient Kasari floating city of Avalon.
Uh-oh.
This is probably a terrible idea, but I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can tune into any of the ghostly thoughts.
Does Detect Thoughts have a verbal component?
See now, okay, so
Well, this is if you
Yes.
sign, this is where that matters because if you
Oh.
sign, then
This
you
is
can
similar
cast
though to this.
them.
Oh, can you cast through the
sign
silent
becomes
spell?
verbal. Yeah,
which
Oh,
is
okay, you can use it.
because
Yeah.
it's language based.
Okay, fair
now.
enough. I will say, regardless, I was curious if
Don't
it had a
get
verbal
anything.
component. It doesn't work. The spell does not cast.
Okay.
I'm gonna join Rivulet where she is and sign what are you doing?
We are in a Valen.
What?
This stone, this place. It's a Valen.
I'm gonna turn from looking at the everything that I've been looking at and sign. Is this really a dream or is this something else?
I don't know.
In that case, it probably doesn't matter. You should probably treat it like it is something else.
With
Are the ghosts of the people walking through us at all? Are they, or are they walking
It
around
does.
us?
So the lightning is becoming much more frequent now. So you can actually make an estimation for this. And it does appear as though they are moving through you, around you, as though you're not there at all.
Is this a dream or is this a memory?
Or is this a dream within a dream? Are we going? Are we full Hamleting? We
With
totally are,
my
aren't we?
Barty McBardson training, do I know of any significance of the quote and the
That is an excellent question.
speaker of the
Go
quote?
ahead.
That is a really good question.
Go ahead and make me a history check.
Okay.
Be a quote from a book, maybe?
There is a play that is
Okay.
a quote from that you are not intimately familiar with, but quite familiar with.
Mhm.
Um, it's called Hamlet.
How dare you?
I'm so happy.
Literally still have
Do you
my
tell us this?
skull on my desk.
Yes.
Like, and my script. And it just.
It's almost
Put
like we
stuff
have a
down.
resident expert.
I actually have a
I
question.
communicate to the rest of the group. This is a quote from the play Hamlet.
Uh, I have a question unrelated to the fact that we've just discovered Shakespeare in Avalen,
Sure, sure.
or Stratford upon Avalen.
Stratford upon a
I
Valen.
love
Nope,
it.
joke.
Oh, my-
Avalen's name is in fact adopted from Avalon. Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy
I
right
love
now.
this. I love this so much. I don't even know if this is possible, but I'd like to know because I am a little bit of a history buff. Would I be able to tell at what point in Valen's history this is? Like, yes, this is the floating city, but like how close
Mm,
to its fall is it? Am I able to tell?
Ooh, good question.
that's a really, really great question. Make a history check.
I would love to. I'm so close to finding a real D20 and rolling this on my desk because Roll20 does not like me. Okay, that's a 16. That's not bad.
All right.
If you had to bet, just before the fall.
Of course it is.
Ooh, of course it is.
we show up on Volcano Day, like you do.
Yeah,
Yeah. Why would we show up on a boring day?
right? The
Just
moon
have
is
to
about
save
to
one.
fall on us.
But the
Mhm.
people aren't there. Why aren't the people there?
Yeah, as
Why are the people ghosts?
I communicate that this looks like it's about to like this is sometime close to the fall of Avalen. And yeah, why are they ghosts?
Did everyone die before the city fell from the sky? I don't remember hearing that. But admittedly, I'm not the best about paying attention in class.
Wait, okay, wait. There's no sign of damage to anything here, though, right? There's no. And there are.
Yeah, structurally, how does
Just a
everything look?
freezing rain.
Mm.
I want to look for any place that might have papers that may have a date.
Real quick. To answer the question of structurally, everything looks fine. The only thing unusual about where you guys are currently is, of course, the freezing rain, the complete and total silence, the ghosts that are coming out of the lightning. However, well, not out of the lightning, but being illuminated by the lightning. Before you guys can do much else, the lightning that has been intensifying as you guys have continued on and on and on has now started to become constant, as in there's just a constant strike of lightning coming down.
My next question does this weather appear natural?
No. That one lightning bolt then shapes itself into a message in the sky above you. The play's the thing.
What you captured again?
And then it just gets brighter and brighter and brighter until
the
you can't
queen.
see anything else. And then you wake up.
The play's the thing in which we catch the queen. And no, it's king normally, but
guys to the map to take you out of your dream world.
Wait, and may I just ask, why was the freezing rain unusual?
It
I
was
mean,
unnatural. Well,
yeah.
that's probably that is my, aside from the message, that is
So
my waking thought.
Mm.
Essequa, you know for a fact that ancient Avalon was in a tropical zone. There was no way they should have had freezing rain.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like you said freezing rain, and I was like, hold the phone. Okay.
You all wake up together to the sound of your alarm clock going off. Good morning, Avalon. It is our absolute pleasure to introduce you to Frog Talk in the Morning.
Oh God. Thanks, Frog. Do we know he's in a tinfoil hat? Has he introduced himself on the radio yet?
Oh, this is actually a different frog. But no.
Different Frog.
I mean,
Frog in a baseball cap.
if you're gonna do a whole morning show about morning frog, then you better have a wide variety of frogs.
It's a different frog.
Dominic does her usual, just kind of slapping aimlessly and failing to hit the radio.
Have you ever hit Reginald flailing for your radio?
Actually,
feel
go
like-
ahead and make an attack roll real quick.
Please do not destroy our alarm clock. I wouldn't.
Oh no. Okay.
Success would be bad in this situation.
9.
Okay, you don't hit him.
Okay.
Remember how I told you all about how the few times that I've talked to the God in the Heart, it's very annoying because he doesn't want to tell me to do anything, but he wants to tell me about stuff, but he doesn't want to tell me to do anything about it. And so often I feel like I'm just being hit over the head with something that he wants me to do.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
whole dream felt like that. I don't know what it means, but the fact that that was what was literally written in the sky after seeing that plaque.
There's the thing. Wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. But what if it's a queen?
How familiar are we all with Hamlet?
That's going to depend on individuals. So each of you make history checks to decide how familiar you would be with
I-
Hamlet.
Riv never have heard of it, and I'm gonna have to be not having heard of it.
Oh yes.
Essequa is pretty familiar.
Riv is not super familiar.
Moderately, but you know of it. I'd say Furlish, you've never even heard of it.
Or at the
Am I
very
s-
least, there's no
Yeah.
monsters in it. It's just people being monsters, and I get enough of that in real life, so I never read any of it.
Am I
Fair.
sticking with my 21 history that I rolled earlier?
Oh yeah. You can
Familiarity?
stick.
Okay.
Yeah. I was talking
Yeah,
about
no,
everything
you've been quoting it a little bit more than I have. So I'm not gonna override Sim, but I would say you know it a little bit more than the rest of us. Like I know it for sure.
Latia, Essequa
Eh.
has actually in a childhood play played Ophelia.
Nice.
She was just as dramatic as what's his face in the reduced Shakespeare Company.
Ha!
Yes.
I was gonna say, I don't know how well it went, but sure.
It's my favorite version of Hamlet ever.
Nice.
It's the best. For anyone who isn't familiar, the Reduced Shakespeare Company did the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged. You can find it on YouTube.
It's
It's
awesome.
all on YouTube.
The greatest play ever.
And the Hamlet section is a full 1/3 of the 90-minute sequence. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It's so
It's
good.
the only play they really do in full. Well, not in full, but close enough.
Yeah.
And it's extraordinary.
So that's your various levels of familiarity with the work.
Why would we have seen that?
I don't think it's this, but I'm going to put the thought out there just to be safe. The last time we all had a dream together like this, part of it was because the dwarves decided that they were going to broadcast into our minds. Is it possible that at least part of this is some Dwarven company deciding that they're going to put on a play and wants everybody to come and using this new dream thing to bring us along. Like I said, I'm not sure if I believe it myself, but
Reginald, Frog in the Wizard Hat, did either of you have a strange dream about being somewhere else? In, say, I don't know, a fallen city?
But I don't think that I didn't think that I dreamed of anything of that type. But I could probably I could see. I'll just rest my eyes real quick and no. I was I was dreaming that I was back on Mount Chicken Island and we're going on an adventure. Oh, we're going on an adventure today.
Yeah.
I also think that if the dwarves were wanting to advertise based on prior experience, of which we only have one, they'd be a little bit louder and less subtle.
I didn't think anyone could be less subtle than, riding in the sky with lightning. However, I do believe that question has answered what I didn't think was actually happening.
Why would it be on the plinth of a celestial?
Was it a celestial, or was it just someone with wings?
The play's the wing.
Oh,
I
love it.
I've never seen this play before. Did Hamlet have wings?
No.
No. I get the feeling that. So, Dominique, you said that the plaque said the play's the thing as the quote, and then the play's the thing as the person who said the quote.
That is the message we were supposed to get from this.
Yeah, so I feel like anything that we would have read or looked at in that dream would have said the play's the thing.
It wasn't a dream. You cannot read in dreams.
Or it's whatever.
Except we were reading. There
so
were
it
words.
was something else. A vision? A shared vision? Or
Something like that.
An echo in history?
Or maybe when we share a dream like that, we can read.
Well, I don't know. Dreams aren't my thing. But I mean, I don't think we're supposed to know now. I think we're just supposed to remember.
I think you're right, and more will become clear later.
Yeah. So I guess keep a lookout for Hamlet references.
Could we get a copy of Hamlet, perhaps?
Here.
Oh.
Why do you also have
convenient.
a skull and
Skull and a recorder.
Right, so you realize that Essiqua's side table is full of Shakespeare paraphernalia and a very dog-eared copy of the complete works of William Shakespeare.
That's awesome. A little light reading for the boat, I guess.
Is that rosemary and fennel over there?
Well,
Did you raid the kitchen?
maybe. I mean, rosemary just smells good,
That's
but
true.
also references. Dominique, you read Shakespeare?
I do. I mean, bard.
Fair.
We don't
My
think
father
that
liked
it's
it.
possible that there's a text called The Play's the Thing, right? We think it's just directly a reference to the play, or do we think that there's a book, that it's a quote from the book? Or
We can always hit up the library
I
right
just
before
know
we
it
go.
from the play.
just to put it out there as a possibility? I don't know.
I mean, other works have quoted it since then, since it was written, but as far as I am aware, the original line came from Hamlet.
why was it silent?
Oh. I think
Oh?
Lauren just figured out something that there's no way that Fairless would know.
Oh, I hate that.
Ooh.
If it's what
Well,
I'm
I mean,
thinking, that's
yeah.
pretty probably true.
Yeah.
I
I'm sure
have
Jen
some
has already
stuff
figured it out too.
Yeah.
All right, here's I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because I really want to
You
know.
do it because I want to hear you do it.
Okay,
'Cause it will make me happy to hear you do it.
so I mean, obviously this was this major quote from this play that I don't know. Are there any other quotes that people constantly quote from this play?
Many.
So many.
Any
The entire play.
anything related to the dream that we had, the statue, the people, the fact that we were in the silence.
Essequa, is Sound and Fury from Hamlet? I cannot remember.
Jen is the Sound and Fury from Hamlet.
I think what Lauren is driving toward is the rest is silence.
The rest is silence.
Okay.
Yeah, right at the end there, I said the silence. Like, does any of that ring a proverbial bell?
Well, hold on. I'm gonna roll for it as the one with the highest history for Hamlet. I'm gonna roll for it. Would that give it to me?
Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
final words of the play, so sure.
Oh, okay. The rest is silence. Those are the final words of the play.
Right, to Horatio.
Well, that's
Well,
last
it's
words of
Hamlet.
Yes.
It's Hamlet's final words. Horatio
Right.
has a
But he's
little
speaking to
thingy after,
Horatio.
but yes.
As he died.
As the city died.
After the death and the ghost.
But what killed everyone? If it
Well,
wasn't
the rain
fall?
wasn't. The rain wasn't supposed. That rain was not natural. Avalon was. It was a tropical climated city.
You know that it fell during the creeping cold, the old
Right.
cataclysm
Right.
that froze the world over.
It could be that the onset of the creeping cold. The creeping cold, that's what killed them all.
So the cold killed the people, and without the people, the city
No,
fell.
they all became the Walking Dead.
Right. Well, we're saying the same thing, but with the people
You know that
fell,
poem, by the way. Dominique knows that. Remember that poem that I sent you? Should be in your character channel.
But yeah, without
Wait a
the
minute.
people,
Oh, I'm thinking of something. Go ahead. I'm on the
no,
roll
I
to
was
something.
just going to say, like, if the creeping cold killed the people, then obviously there'd be nobody left, and when the people go, so the city would go next.
While you're thinking about this, I just want to confirm that I'm remembering this correctly. Between our own knowledge of history and especially the journal entries that we got from the big frog that basically detailed the creeping cold and the fall of the Kasari Empire, it happened relatively fast, right? It was like
Extremely.
days.
It was at week at most. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered something. There is an old poem I was taught when I was young. A shining city beacon deep, faded long to endless sleep. No light shines there or inside to brighten dead that do not lie. Whispers fade in sacred hours, dreams made once in storied towers. Now, creatures sunk with mindless eyes see our dead that do not lie. Golden spires, streets of light, far beneath the waves tonight. No noises heard, no people kind, only dead that do not lie. Built atop this dying thing, a smile, a city, a song to sing. Through waters calm conceal the signs of the dead that do not lie. That was.
Let's take our break.
I like it.
I like
You
it.
guys can
That's a good
chew on
starting
that when I
point.
take a break.
Yeah.
All right. Give credits to everyone real quick. Cartography by Shay and Peku. Cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek46. Overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice. Custom world map, which may show up in this episode, by Freckle Sketches. Thank you to our moderators, Billith and Strike Red Kite. Did you have something you wanted to say, Lauren, before we went off?
No, I was going to ask what's the length of this break?
Oh, let's call it. Let's pretend like it's 25.
40 if it's 50.
We'll come back at 40. Yeah, come back at 40. So 20 till.
All right.
Ahoy hoy and welcome back. I'm gonna give credits real quick at the beginning again. Cartography by Shay and Peku, cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, character tokens by Greek 46, overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice. And we have a custom world map by Freckles Sketches, and moderators Billith and Strike Redkite. And also, someone plug the Idle Champions thing one more time.
Hey, everybody. If you notice on our screen, I believe it's on the left-hand side, there is a code for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Go in, input that code, and you can get a free Electrum chest. And this week's code is Neve 5 Yuga. And yeah, put that in. It is valid until this Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific.
And as we left, Dominique had just recited a poem about what is believed to be about a Valen. Historically, no one knows who wrote it. What was it called? A Threnody of Rael, I believe what it was. No, Rael's Threnody is what it was called. Yes.
Okay. I do not
we
have
know
a
who
title, so
Rael
I will.
is.
Yes.
And threnody is another word for lament.
But the repeating of the dead that do not lie.
Out of curiosity, because I've never read that poem, how is lie spelled?
Lie. Which is a very good question.
Especially in the context of the ghosts that we saw.
Right. So, it sounds like the creeping cold killed everyone in the city, perhaps, and that is why it fell. No one was maintaining the mechanisms that kept it aloft.
Mhm.
I always thought that they failed. It never... It's so silly. I knew that poem since I was a child, and I never really put it into context until now.
So the question that I'm really interested in, and once again, I don't think that we have an answer to it right now. Why? Why were we shown this? Why were we hammered in with this quote? Especially if this is, on its surface, history that we all kind of knew about anyway.
Perhaps there was a ruler involved with the creation or release of the creeping cult?
Well, Hamlet is the tale, in some ways, of how a story
the
that
pursuit
was
of power can corrupt.
Yes, but also that the story that was told was a lie, and the ghosts coming back to demand that it be told in truth.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
It is. It is a story of seeking justice for the dead, righting wrongs that were committed, and
Well, if there are beings, individuals, or whatever that are looking to get justice for wrongs that were committed during the Kasari Empire, I have a feeling that is going to be a very long list.
Probably.
oh, what you do about nothing. I love that one.
Well, I think at this point our conversation is much ado about nothing, and we need to get ourselves down to the dock and
Well, all's well that ends well.
Okay,
let's go.
Dominic.
Let's go get some breakfast and get going. I think.
Agreed.
As you like it.
I don't get that.
And Sequoia, you need to take that book back from her, or else we're gonna have to
I
deal with this all day.
That one's not mine.
This is mine. And I love it.
Am I the only one that doesn't have this book?
I don't have that book. I know I never was much for Shakespeare.
The only problem with this one is it does not have the sonnets.
You didn't say it with a straight face.
I'll tell you this, Fairless. I have seen, or at least heard, some versions of Shakespeare that don't necessarily portray them in like the historical way, like when we're walking down to breakfast.
Yeah, the walk and talk.
The Sorkin. Sometimes when you put them in different contexts, they are much better and much more relevant. Like listening to like Hamlet in a Southern accent, like yours, is so cool.
I've no doubt about that.
Go see Fat Ham.
I am not disparaging the work itself. It is more. It didn't have an appeal to me, but that does not mean it is not excellent in its own right. This is just a very large hole in my literary knowings.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like, for whatever reason, whether you just didn't get into it or you got into it but like didn't find it interesting, finding different ways to get into it is sometimes it opens those doors that you never thought you could be into it, you know?
I mean, honestly, you've not experienced the true meaning until you've heard it in the original Triton.
Well, I'll tell you what, once we get back from this trip, if we survive, I will go see some version of it. Probably not in the original Triton, as that is not a thing that I understand. And while I do not mind reading subtitles, I feel like hearing the actors in this moment might be more important.
Sure. It is a language that the language it is written in is already complicated for some people to follow because it is so archaic. But it's good stuff.
It just never included any monsters.
Oh, there are plenty of monsters in Hamlet.
I mean, it depends on the definition of monster.
But like I
we've
said,
already talked.
Yeah,
about the
one
people
monster that
monsters.
springs to mind
Well,
immediately.
there's actually ghost monsters.
And there are?
And the serpent, arguably. Like, yeah, there's actually.
As you guys make your way down to breakfast, you don't have to stop by if you want to, because breakfast today are breakfast burritos and those little flat hash browns.
Ooh.
The breakfast burritos are a variety of types, and if you want, you can get a potato burrito that's just potatoes and some sauces that they put together. And you can grab them and go, or you could sit down and eat if you'd like. It's up to you.
I meant to thank the school last night.
That's fair enough.
Can I guess I'll just do it real quick today.
Sure.
I cast Detect Thoughts. Hello, school.
You mean message?
Oh, yeah, message. Sorry, message. Hello, school. I wanted to thank you for your help with the greatest prank this school has ever seen. You performed beautifully.
Well, I tell you, man, that pranking is underwhelming, and it's over there, and I tell you.
I mean, you saw Ferlus's reaction in the room, right?
Yeah.
No?
I forgot the school was Boomhauer.
I just wanted to say thank you and see if there's anything you need.
No, I'm good. To tell you what, damn.
Right.
Quick question.
Sure.
When Dominique cast Detect Thoughts last night, did she detect the school?
Ooh.
Yeah. That's why I said nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I just
no.
didn't know if that was included in the ordinary or not.
No, yeah,
Okay,
because you've done it before, and that's how you originally
Yeah.
interacted with the school. You detected thoughts first.
Just worth checking if
Yeah.
that
That's good.
continued.
It's good.
Making sure it wasn't part of the prank war, and that
And then
now
somebody
that it was over.
pretending to be the
That's
school.
yeah, no, that's legit. All right, well, merci, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll check in with you later.
Okay, I mean,
I just realized
Da-da-da.
the prank war has essentially confirmed you were talking to the school and not to someone else.
Hmm,
Because the school did what only the school could do.
this is true.
Also, I'm gonna
Amazing.
I'll grab 2 to-go bags so that I bring breakfast to my brother, because everybody else is coming from the school, so.
Essequa,
Yeah.
on your way out, the headmaster is actually going to no, not the headmaster. The vice headmaster is going to stop you, and he's going to hand you a pair of goggles.
Uh, 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 yeah, hi, thanks. Why?
Right. Well, if you take these, I understand that you're going on an adventure, and I was looking at the makeup of the rest of your party, and I noticed that everyone else can see in the dark.
Yeah. So these are. Yeah. Oh.
Some night vision goggles.
Yeah, they're goggles of dark vision.
They are in fact goggles of dark.
I'm gonna
Goggles of the night specifically, but yeah.
I don't remember what they're called. I work for D&D. I don't know. How do I play D&D?
You don't have to know that shit.
So
I know
weird.
that stuff. But no, as I realize what they are, I just kind of like sit them on my head, so they're literally just like up here,
Mhm.
goggle style. I'm like, thank you. That's gonna be really important.
Right, well,
Steampunk wizard.
Yeah. Steampunk
All right,
dragon wizard.
I know.
Come back safe or whatever.
Or whatever.
No, there is no whatever. There is come back safe. I don't like a whatever.
Thank you, Cameras Koska.
Yes. Well, okay.
What is the mood here? I like.
Perturbed.
Yeah. Okay. If you'd like to make an insight check to get a feel on what the fuck that interaction was, you absolutely can.
Sure. I have a theory that it's a demon, a dancing demon. No, something isn't right here.
No, something isn't right here.
I went to the exact
Oh,
same
man.
place.
I
I
love
was going to
that.
follow
I
up with
love that
it could be
episode
bunnies,
so much.
That's a 5.
Sorry, now that's in my, no. Okay. That was distracting. Now I'm thinking of the songs.
I know.
This is a tangent episode. This is a we're just all going off into our various.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, Essequa, what exactly was up with that particular interaction.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can make it down to the docks.
Yay.
Oh, there we go.
Zoom out a little bit here. As you guys start to make it closer to your ship now, Furloughs,
Yes.
you have
Here, too.
tried multiple times to meet with the dockmaster to register the name of your trading company that you guys settled on.
Yes.
However, the door has been locked and closed every time you've come down here.
And there hasn't been a on lunch, be back later, or
No.
here are my hours, or any of that?
No, but this time as you're passing by, the door opens and a young orcish man pops out.
Oh.
Do I recognize this
handsome.
person?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
He's very handsome.
he's very handsome.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
That got me an orc crush.
We know
The
nothing
cheekbones.
about
I need
this
to-
man.
I need to run the tokens by people. Is this a handsome person or not? So I know before I put them on the screen.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing.
But
There
then you
is-
lose out on our genuine responses.
Well, there's that, but also anything you put out, someone is going to be like, "Ooh." So
Sure.
really,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, okay. So
Is it obvious this handsome young orc that is coming on out is someone who works at the dock, or is this just another
Yes.
ship person? Okay. Then I will come to a halt and say, I've been trying to get in there for at least a week. Do you have a moment? I'd like to update our registry before we head out.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I was tied up and thrown into the back of my shop by brigands, and
Oh, really?
Ignore them. They are children.
I'm
And-
struck with some tusk love.
unfortunately, I was unable to exactly your ship is not fully registered. They put TBD, which is not actually applicable. You should have been registered under an actual name when you first came in. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing, but we can remedy that right now if you've got a moment.
I do. If all of you could come into my shop right now, and I would like to make sure we get the paperwork squared away.
Absolutely.
How long ago did Jeremy Flynn slip away from this mortal coil?
Literally 7 days.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So this is the paperwork right here. I need your signatures here, here, and here.
All of us?
If you're all part of the same trading party, then yes. There's like 10 lines on each
Now,
section.
we have a
Are we-
crew that will be helping with the ship as well. Do they need to sign?
And a couple things before we sign this as well. One, doesn't it normally go through the school?
No, you do need to sign. When you
is-
came in, yeah, you had to register.
We
but-
normally-
This is
and,
independent of
To
Yeah.
because we have our
vibes
own
on
ship.
this guy, other than
if you'd
he's
like
hot,
to insight, if you'd like to,
I
insight
would like
check
to
with me.
insight on a hot orc friend.
Hot Orc Man.
Yeah.
His name is Ferdinand. Ferdinand Day.
Ferdinand the Fine.
I feel
21?
like I am going to.
So with that insight, what are you seeking exactly, other than just vibes? Because the 21 can get you some specific information if you're looking for something specific.
I mean,
Is this rivulet anxiety? Is this what this is? Which is fair.
Yeah,
I mean, we've never met this person before, and suddenly
yeah,
here they are.
I mean, a little bit. It's the trying to do the Sherlocking of
Okay.
sizing up the person, looking for the things that I can.
He has rope marks on both of his hands
Oh.
that would match him being tied up, as he said. They aren't particularly deep or serious, so it looks like if he was tied up, he didn't try too hard to get away. And he seems legit. Like, this is definitely his office that you guys are in. He's familiar enough with it that, it seems like it's definitely his office for sure.
I'll read over the contract fairly, and not like extensively, but the whole thing. I won't leave out
Yeah.
any of the fine print or anything.
I'll
look over it with her.
it isn't necessarily a contract. It is just you registering your ship and your trading company with the Dock Masters Guild specifically.
Okay.
I apologize. I may be confusing games. Yes, I am. Never mind.
Okay.
And there's nothing in this document that we're signing that is untoward.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. No, you're fine.
Okay.
This is just the normal paperwork to kind of get you guys settled in and registered with the Dock Masters Guild.
And in this case, Fairlos isn't even really looking for anything like supernatural or, nefarious or even related to our adventure. She's looking for something really mundane, like someone putting into, since you've registered here, you now have to give us 2% of
You're signed up
any-
for text updates.
Right. You now have to
Right.
come see a survey. You have to sign a survey and all kinds of, really
Well,
boring
and also,
stuff.
let's not forget that there are a lot of pirates that are being antagonized and thrown off of buildings and things, and
Yeah.
we don't want someone to come in and get access to the whole registry and suddenly be following us. Like, there's a lot of reasons that
Yeah.
this is I don't know.
Tricky.
But
Yeah.
if Riv isn't getting a wonky vibe and there's nothing in this that looks untoward, then Fairlos will sign.
Sim,
Yes.
do I need to make a forgery check signing Dominique's name, or have I done it so much at this point that it's second nature?
You don't need to make a forgery check because
Okay.
nobody knows what Dominique's name looks like in this
Right.
context.
Okay.
I mean, it could be arguably if later somebody were to pick it up and look at it, maybe.
Right.
Maybe then I would say make a forgery check based on
Okay.
previous experiences, but I don't foresee that being an issue.
Cool. I sign it.
I also signed.
And I
Yeah.
dot Dominique with hearts.
Of course you do.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate your quickness and the name here. Lessons learned is your ship. I just want to double check, and Second Hand Souls is your trading company. Is that correct?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure, Second Hand Souls, and I will see you when you return.
Thank you very much.
This is the
We
greatest
will return
name I've
as
ever had.
soon as we can.
Um, And as you guys leave the office, an additional. Let me grab the character real quick. I thought I put him on this, but I did not. All right. Let me grab somebody else.
Another person.
Ta-da.
Another person that you inexplicably have decided is attractive, which I just don't.
I don't
get
know.
that.
Ferdinand is that's a
That's
that's
a hot orc.
That's
That
a
is
pretty
hot
orc.
orc.
That is a very classically attractive humanoid face. Absolutely.
Yes,
Mhm.
is hot.
Yeah.
So, on your way out the door, you hear what you're. Well, no, you guys have experienced. There's a little bit of advanced technology now. You guys hear the roar of an engine, but from above you.
Gasp. Who the heck?
And coming in pretty hot from the school's direction on what can only be described as a flying rocket motorbike is your philosophy professor.
Of course, he would have something like this.
He doesn't like other hot people being in our orbit.
So
His wait, someone else is being seen as attractive, senses tingled, and he didn't get
He's got
into
hot vision goggles.
He
like,
didn't
hot
get
sense
into-
seeking.
he normally has like a very sedate means of transportation, something very practical, but when he needs to make an entrance, he gets onto the motorbike.
He gets into his
Wait a
midlife
minute.
crisis mobile.
he's a motorcycle bad boy?
From a grizzled motorcycle bad boy from the war.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Whitaker. The things I
really-
didn't know when I came to study with you.
Ugh, that was not the. That was anyway. That wasn't the reaction I was expecting, but it is where we are. So he comes down and kind of like swoops in and says, "Give me one moment. Hold on one moment."
Does he land or does he just like hover there?
Well, he's coming in so quickly that he has to swoop past you and then circles back around.
And then Akira slides and then comes.
Sure, that's what happens. Yes. And then he
very,
comes
very
in and
quietly under her breath, you do hear Farrell say, "Show off,"
Uh,
but she's smiling.
and he comes up to you and he has two things in his hands. Well, he pulls one. He's pulling them from his jacket as he walks up to you. One is what looks like a rolled up map, and the other is what you recognize a pair of sending stones.
I kind of step to the side so he can approach Rivulet.
Of course. Rivulet, Esrica, did the vice principal get you those goggles that I handed him?
Yeah, but he seemed really weird about it. You know why?
Yeah, he didn't like having to deliver something for me. It was
Oh.
Mm.
Okay.
I needed to go back and get some other things, but I wanted to catch you before you left, and I wasn't 100% sure that I would, so I wanted you to at least get that. All right. If you have the other half of this stone, I'm going to keep the other half. I don't know who would want it, but
I can take it. That's fine.
fair enough.
Thank you.
That's great. It saves me having to. Well, I don't know the spell, but if I did know the spell, it would save me having to prepare it.
Of course. If you run into any serious issues, message us back, and I will figure something out. Also, this is the map. Now, I know I'm a little late. I'm surprised you're leaving. We haven't had a chance to discuss whether or not you asked me to find the location. So I have this map here, and it is properly marked with the location of the Ile de Rive,
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
which you guys already acquired elsewise as well.
But in this moment, yeah, I think Fairlos will help take the map and be like, thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. And from there, let me take you to
Map,
map.
screen. Map.
We've got a map.
Got a map.
Oh, I'm
That-
very,
Ooh.
very,
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh, Dr. Whitaker, get off my face.
It's
Oh,
What?
it is literally just that part of the map. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the section of the map that has the thing. And the location, let me mark it for you. Of the come on, let's make it a little circle. The location of the Isle de Rive is right here.
Oh.
O marks the spot.
I didn't
I-
intend for that.
I highly suggest if you're going to I wouldn't suggest trying to travel through the islands. There's too many things to worry about if you're not going to anywhere specifically to risk. I would say go around, and you should be able to get there. Just be on the lookout for, of course, dwarves and pirates and
And
so
dwarven
on.
pirates.
Oh my.
There may indeed be dwarven pirates. I'm not entirely sure. I would steer clear. And he marks a couple of places. I'm not going to bother here. You guys will just know. I would steer clear of any of the Hivern Union bases. It seems the dwarves are attacking them pretty intensely right now. I'm not sure who's going to win those, but I don't want you to get mixed up in that. So, yes, that's it. Good luck, and please keep in contact, and don't die.
Wise
Where have
words.
I heard
Thank,
that
Excellent
before?
advice.
thank you. We appreciate all of this help. And yes, if possible, we are not going to encounter anything on our way, but we will be as prepared as possible.
And with that, he is going to hop back onto his motorbike, and he is going to go back up to the school. Rivulet, or
Yes.
Jennifer specifically, I said I would inform you. There is a puzzle associated with this map.
Okay.
It is not solvable during the session.
Okay.
So
Thank
you
you.
don't have to worry about that. And I will send you the image itself in Discord later.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to start heading for the boat. Do we see the rest of our crew?
Yes, you do. Let's move you back to the docks. Valen. Docks. I mean, technically, I bet it might be solvable, but it would take all of your attention to do so, and it would take a while. So let's move you back here, and let's put Mr. Whitaker back up in the
Away.
thing. All right. And yes, you guys, your crew is already as kind of assembled on your ship. They are getting the ship prepared.
Awesome.
Yay.
I'll climb aboard and hand my brother breakfast.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I figured everybody else was able to get from the school before we left, so I wanted to make sure you were not hearing everything we're about to say while hungry.
Make an insight check.
Oh, jeez.
Sneak into the school and
Ugh.
get food.
I mean, he might have. Wow, that's a natural 1 for a 7.
This is definitely the first breakfast he's had today.
Okay.
Um,
Honestly, even if it's not, even if this is like third or fourth breakfast, Fairlos would respect that.
it's fair.
Once everybody is aboard, I think Fairlos will kind of usher everybody to the back of the boat so that we're as far away from the dock and anybody who could be possibly listening in would ask.
If you'd like that, we can take you below decks as well.
Oh, that's right. We have that as an option.
We do. And then you ask to do the normal, making sure that we are as secure as possible, looking for invisibility or scrying or any of that. And assuming that none of that comes to pass, as a way for everybody to populate in the boat.
Here now.
I'm about to copy over all the NPCs as well.
Cool.
Everybody's filtering into the bottom of boat.
That's okay. It'll give me a chance to cast Detect Magic ritually. It'll give Dominique a chance to do whatever it is that she does ritually.
Checking the boat for any sort of sigils, top to bottom, not just under the ship. I'm doing a thorough examination of the entire ship.
Oh,
Sure.
Scale search.
Yeah. Same spot as before. No, not same spot as before. In a different spot on the bottom of the ship, there is a new sigil of scrying.
Busting it up.
Fair enough.
Sneaky,
And-
sneaky pirate.
And I will head back on board and let everybody know there was a new scrying sigil. We need to check periodically.
Will pass without trace function with the ship, focusing on the ship as a central location for it?
Oh, so like the ship gets the bonus?
No.
Well, so it's normally. Oh yeah, I guess it's on me, so it's not. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. It'll work.
Yeah, it'll work. Real quick, the better question is, do you guys want to go ahead and like get underway a little bit?
No,
we need to have a conversation with everybody in
Okay.
case somebody's not comfortable with what's
Yeah,
going on.
we want to
Do
give
we
them the
wanna-
chance
Do we
to.
want to sail out a bit so we're not doing that
That
right
was-
by the docks?
I get that was what I was asking essentially.
I
We don't want anyone with like a parabolic spell. Spell mic.
part.
Get like
I understand.
1,000 feet out.
I understand what you're saying. My concern is we were pretty clear that we weren't going to leave until people got a chance to hear, so they could decide to leave if they wanted to. So
I mean, we can just say we need to pull away from the dock to have a conversation that is not overheard by people.
Charles is going to speak up. I was a little, 'cause from the way you guys were talking about it and all the secrecy and everything, I was a little bit not sure what you guys were wanting to do. So I picked up a new spell that might help.
what'd you
Oh,
pick
he's
up?
the one that creates like the secret conversation,
Well,
the dome of
it's-
silence.
No. It's okay. So I call it Charles Moriarty's anti eavesdropper. You know what? I'm still workshopping the name, but it's a new spell. I put it together with a bunch of other a bunch of other spells. Like it's more than one type of thing put together. It's gonna take my one. I can only cast it once a day, but if you'd like, I could cast it now. It lasts for an hour.
I think this
Sure.
sounds
Good with
excellent.
it.
Okay, fair enough. Charles Moriarty is going to do a few motions with his hands, and pull out 2 pairs of earplugs for his material components.
I love it.
And then he's going to cast a spell. And it's a strange sort of situation where nothing changes, but it really, like, something inherent to you makes you feel like no one can hear what you're doing or see what you're doing or observe you in any way unless you want them to.
Mm.
Have you ever been in one of those rooms that are designed to be like super quiet rooms?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's probably like that. Like you don't actually notice anything, but there is just a palpable feeling of nothing is getting out of here.
It's like you're not invisible
Mm.
and you're not silenced, but it doesn't quite act in the same way. Like if somebody were to come down here and look at you, they could see you. But from far away, you're hard to observe in any way. And currently, you cannot be divined on.
Awesome. I'll
Okay,
Glenn.
it's a very small bubble, so everybody kind of huddle in.
Wish.
All right.
Unless there's
So-
anything else we want to do beforehand.
We spoke as a group. The 4 of us. Well, 5, and she points to Reginald. There is a lot that is about to happen, and it is going to be dangerous. And so we want to give all of you a warning and an idea of what is going on, so that you can make an educated decision if you are comfortable with what you're embarking on. We are going to a specific island to recover some information. And this information is very powerful, and it has the potential to be desired by individuals who would not hesitate to do whatever they deem necessary to acquire it. Additionally, while I do not expect it, my family in Brescia has gotten on the wrong side. Well, frankly, I think it's the right side, but the Queen disagrees. And if we run into Brescian forces, they may recognize me as a relative of a family that is currently viewed as traitors. So that could also put you in jeopardy. Obviously, I would surrender or do what I could to prevent you from being caught up in it, but I cannot guarantee that they would not consider all of this a single unit, and be concerned that you are acting against the crown as well. Let's do this. Do you have questions based on the information so far?
I have more than a few questions, but where are we going and why exactly? I've heard like little snippets here and there that you've allowed me to hear, but I was doing my best to deliberately not eavesdrop where I could. What's going on?
I'll pull out the map to help with Dominique's explanation of this part.
We are going to, in the common parlance, the Isle of Dreams. There is information there that we believe is important to the safety and stability of Heinel. It is not at a point where there is enough concern that it is felt we cannot handle this. And there is an element of involvement because we were the ones to first discover this information was relevant and necessary. The school has decided to allow us to follow up on it. This will involve the old Kasari elements, and it could gain the attention of individuals who seek power without morality.
On the island, there is supposed to be a forgotten temple to the god in the heart, and that is where there's a book that might be located. And that's hopefully what we will do is arrive at the island, and while you all stay to guard the boat, we will disembark and try to find this information and come back.
I sorry, not to say that you're wrong. Is it is it possible, like what you're describing is a forgotten temple? Um,
Yes.
that seems unlikely, especially if it's important.
It is an old temple that has forgotten knowledge.
Oh, okay.
The isle was protected at one point, and so it's sort of that out of sight, out of mind
Okay.
issue. And understand, we are trying to give you enough information so that you can make an educated choice while also maintaining the integrity of protecting this should you fall into the wrong hands, because that is a reality, a potential reality.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if I knew that there was I'm just saying and this is Charles's brain is starting to turn.
Yeah.
If I knew there was an island called the Isle of Dreams with a temple on it about dream lore and dream stuff, and I had just experienced a sort of a collective invasion of my dreams by a bunch of dwarves, I feel like I might want to go check it out and see if they had some information.
You
So,
see, you see Essica's face get like concerned when he begins to mention a collective dream, and then relax when he mentions the
Mentions
dwarves.
the dwarven incursion. Yeah.
You're not a, you're right. We're hopefully not going to encounter the dwarves at all. Obviously, the war that has broken out is just another danger that we are going to try to avoid. But yes, that is why we must go, and that is one of the reasons this might be dangerous is we might not be the only people looking for this book.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well that's good information to have that there might be other. Okay, yeah. Okay.
There is
Cool, cool,
also
cool.
the potential that there may be individuals there who are remnants of a cult, which is
Hopefully,
something else to be aware of.
it's good to be aware. Hopefully, that might be one thing I can talk some folks down from.
We don't know that they are there. There's just a concern they might be.
Well, and this is Elizabeth speaking. Well, in my experience with people who belong to cults that follow the God in the heart, they're usually pretty reasonable people.
These were
Usually.
no, these were at the time they were known to be there. They were not exactly reasonable. They were considered sort of a fringe.
Well, in fairness, they're considered a fringe because the God in the Heart does not like organized religion. So, but
Also, it's
Elizabeth,
really weird that the God in the heart has a temple to dreams. There's a God in the dream.
the whole
There
thing
is?
is There's a lot of confusion. We don't have all the answers. But yes.
That's why we're going to get
God in
them.
the heart is married to God in the dreams, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
It is God in the heart is actually married to God in the dreams, so
Yes,
that is
yes,
the potential
yeah.
connection.
Sure. It's just weird that there would be a temple of heart. Anyway, it's not important. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Couple shit.
It's also just weird in general that there would be a temple to the god in the heart, but you are correct that even that most
Aren't the things that we keep close to our heart the things that sometimes make their way into our dreams?
Your friend is strange.
She's wonderful, but sometimes says things that make me stop and think for a very long time.
I like her.
Which
Good.
friend?
Is there any other questions at this point?
I don't think so. No, I'm pretty good. I think I've got it all.
Does anyone wish to disembark?
Everyone just kind of shakes their heads.
Thank you for your trust. Clearly, this was the right group to pick.
Of course, if it was and this is Elizabeth speaking. Of course, if it was the wrong group, they would probably still say the same things that we've said. So
That's a good point.
Insight on everybody.
oh god. All right, make an insight check. What's the
I'm also
22.
I'd like to be involved in this as well because part of the reason Riv's been quiet is Riv has been watching.
Sure, make an insight check.
Ooh,
Nice.
24.
Okay, are you guys seeking any specifics?
I'm looking to see if anybody is saying one thing but meaning another. Like saying, yeah, I'm good with this when they're not.
I'm looking to see if anyone is less surprised than they should be by what we're talking about.
That's a really good one.
I think the answer to your question, is anyone more surprised than they should be, is no. Everyone seems appropriately surprised by the information that has been provided to them. Katie, what was your question one more time?
Does anybody seem to be saying one thing but thinking
No.
Okay.
I
have faith
I'm
in
gonna
this
make
group.
the case that with a 24, I also sort of would do a general sweep
Yeah.
with
Vibe check.
this. Yeah.
Everyone seems to be pretty much above board. Well,
Okay.
you're on the bottom deck, but you're above board.
Above board, but below deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all are gonna keep making me change this episode title.
Above board and below deck.
Yes, that's right.
This episode has acts. Like,
Yes.
we went to a play, we can have 5 acts if we're gonna do a
Exactly.
Hamlet reference. It's
Mm,
just
yeah.
All good episodes have 20 titles.
Right?
there's another one.
Mm-hmm. All right.
There's-
Well, if any other questions come up, feel free to ask. But I think at this point, the best thing to do would be to disembark and get on our way.
Okay.
I think we should also add that
Oh.
if anyone becomes concerned for any reason, please come to us to discuss.
Absolutely. There is one more thing we need to discuss.
Okay.
Who is captain for this run? And I would like to nominate Furlos.
Oh,
Yep.
for sure it's Furlos. Oh, yeah, it's got to be Furlos.
Just making sure we're all on the same page.
Fairlos has been like nodding because I think she expected this. I think we actually even talked about this, but the whole, a couple of these other people being like, well, obviously makes her go, really?
Well, I think I could be captain actually, if that's possible.
Brother, you
And
have
you're
your
gonna
own
be way too busy with other things.
You have your own
That's-
ship already.
He's gonna look a little askew over at Dominique and then back over at you. All right, I mean, fair enough. I mean, I'll take the second shift. How's that sound?
You can be first mate.
That sounds good to me.
That sounds good to me too.
Can I be quartermaster?
I was actually going to talk about what roles you might want to take on the ship after the session. Um, in the meantime, and he starts like waving the other people. We'll get you underway, and then we'll take our rest down here while you take first.
Okay. Actually, Esequa, you
Mhm.
would be better suited for quartermaster because I cannot detect if something is magical.
Okay. This whole time, Essica's been sitting kind of crisscross applesauce on the floor of the bottom of the boat, tracing things with her finger. Um, and then at the end of this, and she says, well, what do you think about this lessons? As she has been ritually casting speak with ships this whole time.
Yes. Yes.
I am so here.
You didn't think we were going to end this episode without talking to the ship, now
Oh
did
no,
you?
I'm glad. I love that you're doing it in front of
Plus.
everybody too.
All right.
Ship
Do you have
speak.
a voice for the ship?
I do. I want to make sure I get it right because so, poof. Well, hello. Who, who are you? Who are you? And I've. This is quite strange. What is going on here?
Hi. My name's Essiqua. I'm a wizard and also one of the ship's crew members, and I can talk to you.
Oh, well, all right. Hello. This is this is a strange experience, but I suppose I'll adjust.
I mean, I've never spoken to a ship before. This is going to be new for all of us. Well, mostly just you and me, because I'm the only one that can hear you.
Of course. Well, all right. What would you like to know?
Um, are you able to kind of hear everything that we're talking about? Like, do you understand what we're Did you hear the last like 10, 15 minutes of conversation?
We're going on a trip. That's the important part, I think.
Exactly. Do you have any questions or concerns about where we're going? Do you do you know where we're going, or is it just like the
Well,
journey that
it's the journey that's important. It's the trip that matters. I'm just a ship, so I don't really. The details are unimportant as long as I'm sailing, I'm happy.
I appreciate a self-aware ship.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, do you have a name? Do you call yourself something?
I
We have a
I
name for
don't.
you, but
As far as I could, until you asked that question, I hadn't considered it. But the name "Lessons Learned" is
yeah.
coming to mind.
Yes, that is the name that we have for you, but I also would like to respect your wooden autonomy.
But I mean, that's my name.
Okay, just making sure, man.
Well, this is an interesting experience. I'm not used to being sentient and conscious, or
Oh
Well,
no,
understanding
gee.
what those word means.
Oh no, crisis of
I am
conscience.
right,
Oh
crisis
no.
of consciousness. Well, if you're having a little bit of trouble dealing with this, uh, we will have communication for another 7.5 minutes. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me in that time. And if you'd like me to check in with you tomorrow around the same time, I can do that.
I do have one question. It may take you a little bit of time to come up with an answer to it. What is my purpose?
Oh no, not
You're right.
again.
Yeah.
To serve
Well,
butter.
Do you communicate that to Rivulet?
mm,
Your face says it all.
I don't think I will now. I'll say everybody, the ship has some questions that I am collecting to deliver to us all at a later date, but it knows that its name is Lessons Learned. It is excited to go on this journey with us. It is really just really focused on the journey and nothing else right now.
Good. That's all I really want my ship to be thinking about.
Does it have any preferences for how we care for them?
Yeah, I mean, we plan on taking very good care of you, Lessons, but do you have any preferences, like the type of oil you'd prefer to us to use on the deck?
Uh, well, I've whatever oils that you think are appropriate, use those.
I'm a
I'm really
linseed oil person myself.
I really, I don't really have a preference because I haven't had time to think about the answer to a question like that before. But I'll give it some thought if I have any other ideas. What other, could you list all of the types of oils?
We don't have time in the 5.5 minutes I have left, but I'll get you a list tomorrow.
Awesome, that's good. All right. Well,
I will venture so far as to say that I will go ahead and talk to you again tomorrow because I'm sure in the 24 hours that will pass, you're going to have a lot of questions. Please understand we only have 10 minutes together with each other and I won't be able to get to them all.
of course, of course, of course, of course. Do you know what my purpose is yet?
To sail us currently.
Oh my God. All right.
Who does the ship worship?
Is that a lot of pressure? I mean, you're a ship. That's what you do.
Does the ship understand
just-
time? I've so many questions.
I thought it might be. I thought it might be bigger than that. I don't know why.
Oh, maybe.
It's a very
I mean,
big
you know what? It's a very big world. We're just getting to know each other. Purposes can change.
Fair enough.
Purposes can develop. They can become bigger. They can become smaller as other things are achieved. And I think that as we journey together, we're gonna figure that out. So I don't have an answer for it right now, and we've got 2.5 minutes to talk to each other.
Oh, okay. Uh, that's a lot of pressure. Will I still be conscious in the in between times, or
I don't know the answer to that question. We'll find out tomorrow.
that's a little terrifying? But all right.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
oh, yep. All right. Well,
Well, we think that you're wonderful, and we're gonna take very good care of you.
excellent. Well, if I'm going to have a bit of a, yep. I'm going to think about all of this.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. And right before the spell ends, he's gonna say, and just make sure that no more of those pirates crawl on my belly and inscribe any more runes. And then,
All right. Well, um, I am the author of this existential crisis. We've just given the ship an existential crisis. It is concerned as to whether or not it will be sentient during the 23 hours and 50 minutes that I won't be talking to it. And the pirates did come back and inscribe another scrying symbol. It
found
just
it.
confirmed. Awesome. I mean, it just confirmed that, but we're not going to let the pirates get to you anymore. I've been sitting crisscross applesauce this whole time, and I pat the bottom of the deck.
I
It can't
also
talk back,
pat
but
the deck. Like, Dominique just kind of watches Essequa and just sort of slowly reaches down and kind of pats it in the same way.
yeah,
I look to my brother. I've changed my mind. You can have this boat.
No, we can't. No, no.
No.
I've just accepted responsibility for all of this. Well, not all of this, but I've accepted responsibility for lessons learned, and I have to sit with what that means. We can't give the boat up yet,
Oh,
ever.
Were we going to?
No,
I didn't think so. I
I didn't tell him that we were the secondhand souls.
We can tell them tomorrow.
Yeah.
But also, what is its purpose? From which philosophical
no.
standpoint?
You know,
you have
it
just
asked.
given Revulette a
I-
hearty meal that she will feast on.
I told it that
Can
it's
you imagine just coming into sentience for the first time and exploring that idea?
yeah, I'm not afraid for it, but I'm worried for it. It's gonna be sitting with a lot of big thoughts maybe for the next day.
Oh,
You don't find that comforting?
or it is not, and it is going to only become sentient again when you talk to it tomorrow, which might be more terrifying.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like the extremes that Essequa is gonna be sitting with for the next day are going to rack her brain. I have either doomed this ship to sentience without anyone to talk to, or I
This
am
ship is
bringing
gonna
it,
need to be renamed the existential crisis.
or I am bringing it to life for 10 minutes, after which it has so many questions that I cannot answer in 10 minutes.
You guys begin to hear because Fro and the other your other members of your crew have gone up to the top deck and
Oh,
have
good.
begun getting the ship ready to go.
It's
Um,
I apologize. It's the existential crisis.
you begin to hear
No.
the sounds of the anchor being pulled up.
Lauren's done. She's out.
It's the existent sail crisis.
I don't want
The
this ship
set
anymore.
sail crisis.
I don't.
Wait,
Who-
wouldn't it be existential crises?
Who is this
God.
ship's god? I need to know who is the ship praying to, which is a question I'm asking, even though I don't
Does
know
the
if
ship
you've.
pray?
Well, apparently it did. It said, "Oh my God!"
God
and
in
now
the
I need.
green.
Now I.
I mean, that
And-
makes the most sense.
The anchor is up. You guys are underway. I think it's a good time for us to end our episode.
Yeah, yeah. Let's end with an existential crisis. Sure.
Let's do credits one more time.
Existential crises. Yeah. Oh.
Cartography by Shane Peku. Cartography by Shane Peku. Sci-fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek46. Overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice. Custom world map by Freckles Sketches. Moderators Billith and Strike Red Kite. And I had something else, but I sure hope I remember what it is before you guys come back around to me. Anybody got anything they'd like to shout out before we go?
Yeah.
Lucia.
Oh yeah, just to say that if you're in the Wisconsin area or you're gonna be in the Wisconsin area this week, I'm going to GameholeCon. And I have a lot of things going on. You'll see a schedule on the socials coming soon. But yeah, GameholeCon is one of my favorite conventions. I'm excited to be back as a special guest, and you'll get to meet my dog.
The bestest pup. The bestest. Our schedule the next couple of weeks is going to be a little wonky.
Because holidays.
Because holidays, and yeah, so through the rest of the year, we will have a little bit of a wonky schedule. We will make sure that we post that on all of our socials, which, by the way, if you're not hanging out on our socials, that's where we post information about the show. We are Players in Book everywhere. Is that,
And yeah, next
was
week
that-
specifically, that was the thing I wanted to. Yeah. Next week specifically, we're doing a bonus action episode because we are going to be missing a couple of players.
And for anyone who's new, bonus action is the show we do on the weeks that we aren't playing the game, where we all, or whoever is available, comes on to chat about gaming, DM theory, all of the things.
Existential
and what's happening in-
crises.
Existential crises.
And we got a few things
existential
we can talk about
dices.
from this episode. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
it'll be a fun time.
Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. I might have to actually, I'm not doing anything on Sunday, so I might have to tune in and be in chat for that.
Real quick, I just wanted to plug Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am playing in a wonderful game called The Witching Hour on Unmade Gaming on their Twitch channel. You can catch me playing a ridiculously English curator for a library in a horror game. We're using the Vason system, and it is set in Rhode Island in mid-1800s. So it's a good time. We're having a lot of fun with it. So come join us. It's a lot of fun.
And I will go ahead and plug Dungeon Scrawlers, which is another Twitch channel that I stream on quite a bit. Mostly Orkira plays Baldur's Gate 3 on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. There's also a whole bunch of other programming, including a regular D&D game on Wednesday nights. They just finished up a Star Wars RPG, and on Sundays, there's two writers play The Return of the Obra Dinn. So Aaron M. Evans and Trevor Bettis are playing through that video game. Trevor has never played it. Aaron knows a lot about it. So the two of them are playing together through a game that has a lot of writing and is really, really cool. And if they were online right now, we would be rating them, but they are not online just yet because I believe that show does not start until 15 minutes from now. So, hey, once you're done with us, if you're looking for another awesome thing to watch, go to Dungeon Scrawlers, the Dungeon Scrawlers Twitch channel, and go watch them play through The Return of the Obra Dinn, which I just now realized is all about finding out the horrific fate of a ship and its crew.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right now, we're investigating a lighthouse where ships keep crashing.
Oh.
It's all tied together.
It's all connected.
I'm in the Underdark in Baldur's Gate 3. I can't help.
I'll
Well-
figure something out to tie you in.
Okay.
If that's everything, I still don't have an outro, so don't die, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.